quick update on the other matches, the other 3 matches that are set to take place as well. Looks like all 3 of them are still leaving in game number 1, so definitely good news there. Seems like things may be going pretty nice there. And again, we'll keep updated to see how things are continuing on. Obviously, this match will be followed up by a winner bracket semifinal matchup, which is happening later on today. I'm Break CBK, joined by Swindlemalls, Captain of Stay Green here, helping me out with some insight as always. Prisoner. And what a start we have here. They give them the prisoner.
Man, that's mistake number 1 right there, Breaky. Never ever do that.
Yeah,
I wish I should. There aren't enough. There are too many rules that should be rule 1 right now. But rule 1, the other team can throw, but the real rule 1 should be never give the other team prisoner until he gets nerfed. Because already I can tell you Legion wins mid, and what can you do about it?
Well, we'll see. Because I mean, it's a case of obviously you're going up against it. I mean, they banned what? They banned Keeper of the Forest and Lodestone themselves. So they value those as more important, basically, than the prisoner.
Engineer.
Knowing that it's probably going to be first pick. So again, the mindset being that, again, they have to
Luna?
have something. Yeah, Luna first pick. That is...
Luna.
That's, wow. Engineer response, yeah.
I don't know what to say about that one. Maybe that was a misclick. Meant to take like Bombardier or something, but
Yeah.
Engineer's on the board first of all, and second, what you want to do with your picks, you want to take stuff that your opponent would probably take otherwise. That's what you want in the early picks. So Aluna's not going to be selected over Engineer by any team with a prisoner on it. So what's the point of picking it early?
Yeah.
I don't know. They go Parasite. I feel like Priceless might be a bit outmatched, and they're trying to do something funky here, but I don't know. It looks to me like they're setting up to go aggressive, probably to put a Bubbles mid, since he can actually survive against a prisoner, and one of the few heroes who can. But I guess it's. Well, we'll see. I don't like it, though. I think if you look at these 4 heroes that we have so far, I'd give it to Legion every time on who's got the better ones.
I mean, that middle lane that they have right there with Prisoner and Engineer, obviously, very, very deadly. So, definitely a little bit of a risk that TPS Price is taking here for his team and Animosity as a whole. But again, if you're going to be giving up Prisoner, clearly you got to have something in mind as far as what kind of strategy you want to do. And so you assume that that's the case here. They finish off with Rally. And, speaking of Prisoner, obviously Rally can be considered to be decent against any hook hero in general, so that's where it makes sense with that pickup, but these final 2 picks, going to be something here from Animosity as far as where they're going. Pharaoh was the final pick from Justice League. That also is kind of another pick at the same time of may not expect him to see in those first 3, but can Parasite and Festival being shackled? I don't see why not.
On the field.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, if they take Pharaoh, I don't like Pharaoh at all either. I think that's just a really bad hero in general, but it's just not what you want to take with your 3rd pick. Because they gave a lot away. Engineer Prisoner is great, but I mean, you know what their lanes are. Engineer Prisoner mid, Pharaoh Suicide. This gives the Hellborn side, and albeit their heroes are a little weaker, but they have a Luna Rally Parasite. Those are heroes that can go anywhere and do anything. And I don't think you should give heroes like that the option of not the option rather, but the knowledge of what you're doing. And I also don't understand really the Rally into the Prisoner pick, but it's still a powerful hero. I just feel like maybe a Pebbles would have been better off.
Well, you don't like Rally. Well, that's actually a good point. Here I am sitting here thinking it's good with the Compel, but that just totally went over my head with the Shackle. But yeah, so that kind of does screw it up. Yeah, we'll see once again. The bans, by the way: Warby's, Torturer, Scout, Corrupted, Wretched Hag, Predator, coming out here. So pretty carry heavy here on TPS Price's side with the Corrupted and Predator especially. You got some suicide options being taken out by Justice League with the Warbeast and Scout. And now we're going to get some answers. Glacius is going to be their next pick, so Obviously, that 2-2-1 style of lineup going to be coming into play here. Just what their short lane is
Yeah.
what's left.
Again, though, it's like they kind of gave away what they were gonna do because I can tell you what they're gonna do. Like
Yeah.
right now, you know it as well. Like exactly what their lanes are gonna be. Sure, they could go aggressive in tri lane, but that's just not what you're gonna do when you have a prisoner. So, if I'm Hellborn here, it's tough. I think you gotta go. Man. Like they know what they're up against, but like, how do you counter it? What I think their best bet might be, pick Bubbles, send him mid, Sandwraith Luna top, Parasite jungle, Rally Suicide. I think that's a fairly even draft against what they're up against. And if I'm Legion, I'd go with the Opa Dempire right now, but we'll see.
That final pick, yeah, it's definitely setting up to be that short lane carry. Dampier could definitely fit that just fine. So I'm not sure how much time they have left, as I still have the shield, unfortunately, here from the lobby. So, but they are going to think about this final pick. And we'll have that answered. So yeah, the Sandwraith pickup coming off from Animosity. I know they were right-clicking Sir Bensington earlier the last game. He's global pret man. I mean, it's probably not going to happen, but it's kind of one can dream, I guess. One can dream. So still going to put some thought into this one, is Zimba Boy. Feeling pretty good, though, the fact that they were able to get not only Prisoner and Engineer already, though, I'm sure. That's what it comes down to. But yeah, I can't believe I overlooked that rally. I'm making the point that it's a good pick.
Valkyrie.
Ooh. That's a little bit different. Valkyrie coming out here by Justice League. So, and then there's the Bubbles final pickup. Almost random, apparently.
I mean, the Bubbles, yeah, it makes sense. Like that was probably the best thing they could hope for. I don't understand the Valkyrie pick whatsoever. However, it could be a setup for them going aggressive, and then it sort of makes sense because he's tough to gank. Like I could see them going Prisoner and Glacius NG top, but that's
Let's get it on.
I don't know.
I don't think they're doing that.
I am not sure about this one.
Yeah, I still think they're just doing your 2-2-1 setup here, but like I think kind of like you said though, she does have good escape. I mean, she is good to be able to get away if calls for as far as like those aggressive ganks that could eventually come out here by the Hellborn side with that Parasite, the Bubbles, the Sandwraith, even of course, Luna on top of that. So maybe that's I'm thinking that they were going with, but yeah, definitely off the wall here. So both teams, I mean, as the draft picked up there, even though it started off very strong for DCX. Into the Pharaoh, and then the final pick Valkyrie, a little bit of question marks. Same thing, though, with Animosity. First pick of Luna, really valuing her here. Going to be played by TPS Priceless in this case.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. He
Works.
first picks his hero. Works out. I like, I don't know. It's very rare that I like a team without Prisoner, or rather versus Prisoner more, but all Hellborn really needs to do to win this game is to have Sandwraith not feed, and then get a kill with his ultimate utilizing all of their heroes. Because if you think about it, they have two globals in a Luna and Sandwraith, and then Rally, Bubbles, Parasite. They only need like a little bit of help to score kills. And it's like you can gank every lane with this type of lineup. So they just have to make sure that Prisoner doesn't snowball and Pharaoh doesn't snowball. So if they do a 1-2-2 on Legion, I think they like almost by default lose. Luna will keep Pharaoh very low level, and Sandwraith free farms. Prisoner will free farm, and Valk will free farm. But like, who cares? They don't have pushing power. They don't have real strong team fight. And Prisoner's not really one of those heroes that just gets a blink dagger, takes over, you know? So...
Yeah, it does make you look at that Valkyrie, and, why don't they go with a more conventional, the right click, something like a Moon Queen even, to finish things off instead over here for DCX. Because that would at least give them that more of a threat of, okay, if we just let that free farm ourselves, then all of a sudden... that Moon Queen's going to be dangerous. Now, again, Valkyrie, she has carry potential. It's not, like, completely out of the question, but when you do compare it to a Sandwraith, and is it as strong as something like a Moon Queen? No, probably not, so. But Imba Boy going to be playing it here, and again, still not even exactly sure how they're going to be laning it. They're currently just going to, they're all sitting in the well right here, so not even any information from that perspective either, so. We'll just have to wait and see here as we look to come out of this pause, so. Once again, guys, we're coming off very nice day number 1 here. We had some solid results overall. Eventually, bring up the brackets here once again as we are in the pause. So Obviously, Stay Green and Internet Gangster is going to be playing on later today, as well as Lion and Team Excellent. So again, Team USA getting
Who
on.
do you have in that game? Breaky Lions are excellent.
I don't know. I mean, I want to say Lions, but at the same time, I mean, Team Excellent again. They're coming off a big win over Team USA. And Lions did disappoint somewhat in the Sound Blaster Heroes League, and they are playing with Fuzi, new player for them.
Yeah.
So
I think I'd give it to Xset as well, to be honest. It's weird. Like I said, the game being as it is, like people for some reason like talk shit on the competitive scene, but they don't realize like it's so much stronger than it's ever been before. Like TMSR, as an example, scrims far more than any team did like more than a year ago.
Yeah.
Like they scrim far more than the Fnatic or the old Lions or the old TDM complexity. Like they scrim way more, and they're still not finding that like really high measure of success.
Yeah.
And there's no other time in the game where that would happen. Like you've got teams scrimming every single day.
Yeah.
And I don't see where the arguments come from that like the scene is bad. Like I personally think, people always say like, oh, no more Chu or no more this player, that player, but
we need Testy back.
Yeah, the players now are just so much better than I mean, I was playing at the time, I've been here for all the levels of the competition.
Yeah.
I gotta say, now is the best it's ever been.
Yeah, I think as this season has picked up, it's understandable at the beginning of the season, with certain announcements and whatnot, people were unsure, and with obviously other big events for other games, Dota 2 had their big international once again. That definitely took a lot of attention there. But as that's kind of been further and further since then, and as we have progressed here in HoN Tour, I think Cycle 3 was just once again a prime example of that. It really was. Not only with just the team scrimmaging and practicing, but the fact that cycle was one of the best cycles we've ever had in HoN Tour, arguably the best, not only the best weekend, but the best cycle as a whole. And here we are continuing off with a great cycle number 4 to start.
Not to cut you short, Breaky, but look top.
Yeah, we do have the tri-lane set up. Prisoner is looking for a chance right here. We'll see if it catches them off guard, and it is very possible.
Thing is, the Pharaoh is mid, so they know, like, they're looking here they know something's up. And this works for Legion if they score kills. If they don't get kills, it's very bad, because Parasite will hit level 3, they'll come over, they'll grab a kill, and Glacie's Engineer, like, it's a very powerful tri-lane, but they need lane control quickly, and they need kills.
Yeah, this is... they could have gone with more of that Suicide Pharaoh and the 1-2-2 in the end, but yeah, they try to go that aggressive, as you said, though. If they get the kills, then this could definitely pay off, but can they actually get the hook in? You see Samurai just sitting very far back. Aluna is just going to sit over here stacking the camp, as I assume there was a ward aside to block this, or was there? No, I don't think they even blocked the pole camp here initially, unless it was countered right off the bat. I got so focused on what we were talking about that I honestly missed that here. But as you can see, they do have 2 ward asides, 1 block in this camp and then 1 for that top rune, unless they blocked it with the Rev ward. Which they did not, because they blocked their own camps, actually. So in the end, yeah, this was not blocked to this pole camp, and that could come back to bite them in the ass. We do see Minotaur taking over right here. The chase is on Glacius. He dodges the hook right there, coming out for Prisoner. There's the Bloodlust kill in favor of Animosity, and that goes back to what you were just saying. That's exactly what you do not want to happen for Justice League.
And that's because the Sandwraith, first, they get level 2 on both heroes, solely because lane control was not gained by Legion. And this is perfect, because now the lane pushes. Now this means they'll get level 3, and you can't really go for kills when, as you can see, they're out-leveled, and there's this huge creep wave. So this will be level 3 Aluna Sandwraith. They get Bloodlust. Parasite can gank soon, and like if you're gonna run this aggressive lane, I think you gotta ward both the Parasite's hard camps. They didn't do that. Instead, they warded twice for really the same vision, and they're suffering because of it. And down bottom, Valkyrie is not going to beat a pooled regen rally like 1-to-1 very hard. And mid lane, Bubbles versus Pharaoh, I think there's a huge advantage for Bubbles, but Pharaoh is outplaying him a little bit here, doing much better at the moment, although he is, and he's also leveling Hellfire, so Streetfoot are playing this matchup very well.
Well, you look at the wards in their own jungle here by DCX, and clearly they were misinformed. I mean, they were expecting an aggressive Parasite here. That's the only reason why they placed those Rev wards where they're at. Obviously, that wasn't the case. I mean, Parasite was in his own jungle, and simply put, he gets the Bloodlust kill even. So, yeah, the decision-making here by Justice League definitely a little off as far as this game began here. And they are making some... You see Glacius now moving around, going to come to this middle lane. Invis on Pharaoh, but it is a Bubbles after all, so The likelihood of killing him is pretty low, but with the Ice Imprisonment, you know, on top of the Feral Hellfire, maybe, probably not though. I mean, Pablo McDad should be fine here. I don't see them possibly getting a kill unless he just completely, maybe if he shells theirs first for some fun, which could be possible. That's what they're waiting for. There's the freeze coming out. They're trying to bait it here, but Pablo's not having it. He knows Feral's missing, and there's a reason why Glacius is soloing middle lane right here.
I really don't like when teams do this kind of thing. It's the level of play at the moment. We just got done talking about how teams don't suck anymore. Like, what do you really think he's going to do that? Maybe he will. I mean,
maybe don't speak too soon.
Yeah, like it's a sure kill, but he knows. Yeah. He knows that he's there.
Yeah.
Like, what is the point? I really hope he doesn't shell for CS.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I was gonna. That's obviously what they're waiting for at the end. But yeah, he just wasn't gonna do it. Pablo, too much
misplay though. Big misplay there from Pablo. Could have got the haste rune with that shell surf instead. Now he gives it to Pharaoh. If he gets that haste, dominates the lane. And instead now Pharaoh has it, which means he can get killed by, you know, anything, any bit of bad luck. And again, this means Aluna's pulling top. They get lane control there. Sandwraith's farming woods in the meantime, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I guess, you know, he gets level 4, so.
Yeah.
But again, bottom lane, 15-5 on Rally, 14-5 Valk, so they lost both solo lane, they're losing the tri lane, and they're playing against a jungler. Oh yeah, and they don't have late game.
And here we go with Parasite. Wild Hunter picked up, going for Glacius. Refreshment Rune is here, so it's just a Refreshment Rune. He's going to let him pick it up. Is he going to get maybe some roam from Rally? Yes, he is. Glacius going to realize pretty quickly, wait a second, this is not looking good. He's going to get compelled. The arrow, those are just regular auto attacks. The arrow does come out, but Parasite comes out as well. Glacius is going to fall. Rally's dropping. Showstep comes in, though. They're looking to turn it. Somehow Rally's still alive with those bottle charges. The leap from Valkyrie. She's taking some damage from the creeps, but she will survive in the end. That was a very close battle between two heroes right there that both end up surviving. Of course, other than Glacius, who got picked off right there. So, some good rune control. And Parasite, well, being Parasite. Being a nuisance here against this Legion team, and sets up another kill. Or sets up, well, yeah, another kill. That's the second kill, actually. Both of them his in this game so far. So, and now Valkyrie has to fall all the way back to base. And speaking of that, I mean, how has Valkyrie been doing? She is 16-6 right now against that 15-5 Rally. So, creep farm not taken off by any means here by Valkyrie. Is that surprising?
Yeah, sorry, I just found out we're playing IG in 20 minutes. I wasn't really paying attention. We're gonna play early because they want to play early, so they don't have to use a ring or something like that.
Okay.
Could you just restate? I'm probably gonna have to leave in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Prepping,
Yeah.
But could you just restate your question?
Just real quickly on Valkyrie, her creep farm, not the prettiest. Even she's matched up against Rally there at that bottom lane. We do see a gank attempt on the Bubbles, by the way, but nice shell surf away. He's going to be fine. They're trying to counter this now. Pharaoh coming in with the haste. The Wrath of the Pharaoh, and down goes Pablo.
And that goes to show you, like, the little mistake could now be a huge mistake of not getting that haste ring.
Yeah.
Like, right there, a kill. Pretty sure Bubbles gets that haste, it's a kill for him.
Story, yeah.
And that goes to show you, like, an example of little things that make huge impacts in games. Like, it didn't seem to be that big. Oh, you know, Pharaoh gets the haste instead of Bubbles, but look what happens later on. And now later in the game, this means Pharaoh has his steam boots and Bubbles doesn't. This might mean another kill, and this is how games start to swing in one direction or the other. Just little things like that, and you just got to look for them to really know what's happening, because again, it's not like it's Bubbles' fault, and he'll have a bad game now, but, like, you know, things like that happen.
Yep.
I'm unfortunately, I'm gonna go do some prep for the match, but thank you for having me on.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Sorry to leave
as
you
always.
Stranded here.
Hey, no, you know, if this series finishes up, obviously, look to jump into that one even. So, good luck.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good one.
You too. All right, there you go, guys. So, obviously, Swindle making a point there. He has to go get ready for his match against Internet Gangsters. They're starting early, apparently. So, gonna turn into a solo cast for now. Engineer in the meantime at the top lane. Engineer in trouble. Book is gonna end up falling. The gank is successful, but a nice pull-in right there. Can they get the counter kill? Sandwraith. The shackle was not applied. He uses prison break, but no shackles coming out, and Sandwraith does fall in the end with the prison break, but Prisoner goes down as well. So the immediate shackle was not there. I mean, I don't know if that just simply if it was out of range or just you know, if you use the shackle the closest. Right as you hook in, we think you should be able to do that, but I guess Sandwraith, maybe with the Desert's Curse, was able to get a little bit too far away just before he's able to apply it. But anyways, they do set up the kill, however, obviously they both die in the process. But a lot of resources were used, 4 players in total, coming out by Animosity right there. In the meantime, Strafe Flutter goes down in the middle lane as the collapse is successful, so Animosity continues their lead. Prisoner hook gonna miss right there. And this lead for Animosity, 5-2 hero kill lead now, 8 minutes into this game. Continuing to look pretty good. So as someone was talking about, I mean, DCX, they definitely needed that top lane to work. It didn't go as planned. At the same time, though, Zane is still 300 gold per minute. Even after that death, he is sitting at 300 GPM. He is level 6. Sandwraith only at 200 GPM. Even with 4 assists, is under 200 GPM. With that said, so actually, if I'm DCX here, you're not too worried. I do look back at the Valkyrie farm by Imbaboy here, and wonder that farm how that's actually jumped up a bit. Very early on in the game, it was a little lacking, but now you look at it, 38 and 20 here compared to a 19 and 6 rally. So obviously things stepping up big time now for Imbaboy. He's going for the early Energizer. And we're very curious to see what Valkyrie kind of builds here. Will he build something like that Dawnbringer? Maybe more of the Shield Breaker out for aggressive. He's going to leap away right here. Inside trouble. Calfield stun comes out, though. Going for the turncoat. Not going to happen. It's not going to see to finish him off. Rally barely survives again. Sandwraith ports in, and down goes Glacius. Good assistance coming out from Animosity right there. So that was a classic case of them trying to set something up on Rally, and sure enough, it backfires with the TP support and obviously the Sandwraith presence. And you always got to keep that in the back of your head against going to Sandwraith. His ultimate will definitely set up like that. So Bubbles, despite him falling in that middle lane, as when it was talking about what the Hastian pick up by Pharaoh, he comes to the middle lane, sets up a kill. He is level 8 right now, so having some very good levels and able to be impactful for his team as a result. So Valkyrie's farm, it's not the most threatening herself, especially after that. Now only at 230 gold per minute. She is going to throw a stun here on a Sandwraith and get some damage out, but I don't expect a whole lot to come out of it. I mean, some good damage, but yeah, in the end, Sandwraith is fine with the Iron Shield especially. He's able to tank quite a bit of it, so. Top lane, you see Engineer and Prisoner. They're falling back before they get jumped. Parasite in that Minotaur. Just looking for a kill. Hasteru now picked up on Bubbles, so speaking of some revenge. Not only is he invis, but he has a Hasteru bottled up on top of that. Actually, he has the Steam Boots and Talisman of the Exile now. Let's see if we can make something happen here. Zin's able to deny the top tower in the meantime. Good play by Rally right there. And Bubbles is going top. This is looking good for the Hellborn team. Glacius kind of hiding. He's a level 4 Glacius, though. Prisoner and Engineer need to be careful. They are falling back for now, but Bubbles, he's just looking for that moment. He has his Kelphield ready to go. Here comes the Minotaur from Penny. Penny, the hook is gonna miss right there, but Engineer all by himself. He's gonna be completely collapsed on, and he will fall. The chase is on Rally, but at what cost? Beautiful ported from Bubbles. The Kelphield comes out. DCX got a little tunnel vision right there. They're gonna be countered on. Glacius will fall in the end. Pablo McDad gets credit for the kill right there. Pharaoh has his hook, but he just can't find the opportunity. And he's going to be forced to fall back. Sandwraith didn't have his Mirage up, so obviously he couldn't assist right there. But he is busy farming the middle lane in the meantime. So Valkyrie does pick up some free farm while that is all happening at the bottom lane. But that goes back to, this is not the most threatening of carries necessarily over here on Justice League's side. So I think they were really banking on him to have a very good game, but it's not worked out that way, mainly because due to some aggressive play coming out from Animosity here. But yeah, going back to Valkyrie, obviously Steam Boots again going into the Energizer. Go figure there. I would think more of that Searing Light style build could be pretty good here. The Light brand on top of the Fire brand. Whether or not she goes the full Dawnbringer, that's the question. Obviously, if you don't go the Dawnbringer, going something like the Whispering into a Symbol of Avenge or even the Shieldbreaker route could be beneficial as well. I think the full Dawnbringer, though, is probably a good choice here. So we'll see, though, what Imbaboy. That's obviously long down the line. What anything's gonna happen. Look at Prisoner right here, the idle animation. Spinning in circles, acting like he's doing the hammer throw right there. It's pretty cool. Trying to get to see if Valkyrie's going to bait anything, but not going to happen. Speaking of Valkyrie, once again, though, I mean, again, we don't see her too often, but she did get that change to her Valkyrie Prison. Nice hook right there on Rally, but the Shackle does not go off. He tried to Prison Break first right there. The Shackle did not go off in time, and Rally was able to compel away. I don't know if that was a matter of Prison Breaking first or not, because the Shackle was used. But Rally got the compel off, so if the Shackle was hit before that, then obviously he could not compel. So clearly, it did not happen in time. And able to get away, and big cooldowns used right there. for nothing in the end. Another missed opportunity for Justice League, and Sandwraith. Samurai still only at 234 gold per minute, though. Embry here has not been able to really find that farm. He does pick up a Mystic Vestments. This is not a game that screams Mystic Vestments by any means. At the same time, though, it is always nice to have. Obviously, you do have Engineer, you got Glacius, you got Pharaoh on top of that. Some good magic damage coming out. Call the Valkyrie is also nice. But then on top of that, and I guess also the Javelin, but obviously you're looking at all physical from Prisoner, and then as the game progresses on, a lot of physical damage coming out from Valkyrie as well. So Mystic Vestments still needed, sure, but no, it's not like last game by any means. Where it was very obvious. See right here, middle lane. Justice League gonna group up to make some push here now. And, they're gonna do just that.
The Legion takes
No
down a
defense put
Hellborn
up
tower
there by Animosity. So easy tower kill, and I think Justice League is gonna keep this going. No level 6 Engineer, that definitely hurts. Having that energy field would be a great presence here, but they got the good jump at the same time. So far, Mirage is not up for another 15 seconds either, so that's actually a pretty big deal. They don't have that to use. Bubbles counter pushing the bottom lane in the meantime with Rally. This is probably going to be a secondary tower kill as well. I mean, they're counter pushing if anything, so we're going to see Justice League right here pushing on in, getting more farm as a team. I apologize for that. Had the overlay off.
The Hellborn takes down a Hellborn
There we go.
tower.
So tower exchanging going on. Top tower's not even going to be killed. So definitely a one exchange right there for Justice League. As Prisoner points to the top lane, but before he gets there, they have already fallen back over here. You see the gank squad coming out, though. Again, speaking about that Valkyrie Prisoner, I wouldn't be surprised to see it used here in the very near future. Just try to set up as the term that's been thrown around, the smoke gank recently. But obviously at level 1 now it's 10 seconds, right? Yeah, 10... God, excuse me there. 10 seconds at level 1. Oh, they're going to be spotted, though, by the Wand Hunter. So this gank attempt here is going to be thwarted. As Sandwraith already fallen back into the base. Bottom secondary tower continuing to be pushed in by Bubbles and Rally. Not the most aggressive pushing towers, but they're knocking on the door. They're going to get a response right here. Bubble Shell lifts away. Nice hook from Pharaoh, though. Compels already used. He actually compelled initially to get further away. That was a mistake. He gets hooked in, and down he goes. So nice catch by Storyfooter there, but definitely a misplay by Zinz. Whenever you're going up against a Pharaoh especially, let alone a Prisoner, you do not want to compel early. You want to make sure to save that compel for when you get hooked and the mummy walls go up. Well played right there. Well played right there by Storyfooter specifically, though. Taking advantage of that catch. And again, his farm's been pretty solid, 318 gold per minute. So yeah, about the overlay, obviously it is back up now. I apologize that I didn't have it up here. But obviously, as you can see, it's a 1-0 lead for Justice League if you are just tuning in. Over Animosity currently. Valkyrie has 1,700 gold saved up. Let's see where, once again, where he eventually goes for. Searing Light just seems pretty much the choice here for Boy. I'm sure it's just depending on where he goes from the Searing Light. Is the question mark. Top lane, Rally was hiding right there. Valkyrie leaping away, though, before I got jumped, obviously. That was really close. But they do react just in time, and there's a quick blade purchase, speaking of that. Portal Key just purchased by Bubbles, so they got the Portal Key now on him. Good news there. Energizer has been finished now on Sandwraith. So again, Embry's farm hasn't been the most dominating by any means. And with that said, I kind of wonder if he's still going to try to work towards that Mocker Brilliance. He's gotten quite a bit of build-up here, obviously, from the Steam Boost of the Iron Shield. The Mystic Vestments and Energizer on top. Not a question by any means, but again, his farm's 275 gold per minute, and clearly this is a Legion team that's has that gotcha potential with Pharaoh, with Prisoner, with the arrow from Valkyrie. So I don't know if the Mocker Brilliance is going to be that go-to choice here. I mean, there's only one Portal Key candidate really on the Legion side, and that Prisoner. Obviously Engineer, sure, but that's more of a later luxury item for him. But speaking of Portal Key, Prisoner does have 2,000 plus gold saved up, so he is just about there. And they are going to push the top lane in the meantime. But yeah, Sandwraith, I don't know if Mocker Brilliance will be the best choice in here. And Actually, he might be in some trouble. He does have Mirage right here, but he'd be porting into a lot of enemies. He's going to use it right there to kind of destroy it a little bit. There's the port onto Pharaoh as well. In the meantime, on the top lane, Zane does jump. They get the kill on the bubbles, and now Pharaoh's still chasing Watson's cut his hair right. But here comes the assistance. Parasite comes in. Valkyrie Prism going off. Not in time, though, so he will survive. Meanwhile, up here, the Rally Invis. Oh, they're looking to set up a big gang. Prism is still up. Can they kill this tower in time? Yes, they can. Prism's going to be wearing off for here anyways, but the tower falls. Overall, I think you're pretty happy for the Legion side. You got the gun bubbles, got the tower kill. Sure, you lost Pharaoh, but he did distract Sandwraith during the whole time. He got him to use his ultimate non-aggressively right there. So definitely a one fight by Justice League there when it's all said and done. Random arrow attempt. Going to go for Kongor, actually. Make sure they're not ninjaing that somehow, but obviously not happening. So, good top tower kill coming out. As always, guys, as far as lag goes, definitely hit that wrench if you're getting lag, as well as refresh the stream. It's the best we got. As far as my end, getting no drops or anything like that, so things look good on my end. If that does happen, I have no problem restarting, but not much more I can do outside of that, guys. Ancient's triple stack being done here by the Hellborn team. You got Bubbles and Rally, obviously doing them together. You got Valkyrie looking for another arrow attempt. There's the purchase of the Firebrand, so once again going that, and like I said, I assume the Searing Light probably going to be the item of choice, especially with her being that go-to carry player, the farm. You could also see a Geometer's Bane, I guess, wouldn't be out of the question for her either, but I just think Searing Light is just such a great farming tool, especially if you're playing more of that hard carry style. And this isn't a team that necessarily screams Geometer's Bane either, especially, no Keeper of the Forest, so. Bottom push. This is the last tower already. Jeez. A lot of earlier pressure definitely being shown here by GCX. The Portakey on Prisoner once again. Bottom lane being heavily pushed in. I don't know if Hellborn team, they do have Mirage, so they have all their ultimates ready to go. Will they defend this? Doesn't look like it. It's going to be Roll. Actually, Calpha jumping by Bubbles. Valkyrie Prism goes off to it. If they don't have vision, this could be worrisome for them. There's no portal right there. Parasite gets pulled in, shackles applied, and he's going to be bursted down before he can do anything. In the meantime, the arrow on top of the Kex, and they connects on Pablo. Pablo's in trouble. Pablo uses the takeover, not going to matter. Imba pounds in his face and takes him out right there. Well played coming out by Justice League. And, early game, Justice League maybe didn't go as planned, especially with that top lane. Getting bloodlusted themselves, and as the game progressed on, Valkyrie's farm wasn't looking the strongest. But now here we are, 21 minutes into the game. I think Justice League all of a sudden feeling pretty good about where they're at. Now, with that said, Sandwraith, he is saving up what looks like to be that Mocker Pro, and still not certain by any means, but he does have 1,800 gold saved up here, so obviously his farm has enhanced, and, ultimately is going to be working towards that Mocker Brilliance, it looks like. Again, I made the point earlier, obviously, as far as the portal key canceling, other than Prisoner, only much else, but, you don't get out there just for portal key canceling by any means, so not that that was a reason not to pick it up. It's just not as efficient as it might be in other cases, but still, arguably one of the best tools for Sandwraith, and, as far as you think heroes and just items that just seem to fit them, it definitely fits them very well. So does Staff of the Master. Chuckle. Kongor up, not going to really do it, or are they? They do have Pharaoh, so Pharaoh tends to be pretty good for doing that. Obviously, he has a helmet with the black. He's pretty tanky, dude. Helm, steam boots, has that Mystic Vestment, so he's going to take the Kongor right here with the Hellfire up. They only have Engineer and Glacius doing this currently, so not the most damage output happening, but here comes the 5-second arrow, and it looks like the Legion team can do it. Now, Valkyrie just ran past this ward of sight, so I wonder if Animosity going to maybe react to that. They don't have, other than the Sandwraith Ultimate, they don't really have that global presence. Oh, okay, they do have a Luna, what am I saying? There's the Sandwraith Ultimate, speaking of that. Valkyrie Prism going to be used right there. Sandwraith does not port in, so it's just simply to scout it out. Hope that's a fake Valkyrie, yes it is. He was dropping fast. They're going to let it go, although Bubbles may go for a ninja right here. Oh, he's going to be spotted, though. Yeah, that plan is going to be fought off. Ward of Sight goes down. Farrell's ready to go in. Bubbles knows that. They're falling back, though. They're not going to 100% commit to this, and, I can see why, obviously, again, on their map, nothing is really showing right now. So you can understand, but I really feel at the same time, if they just fully committed to that, that should have been a Kongor kill for DCX. You know, maybe just going to play this patient, though. They do clean up the they're clean up the wave there. And here they go, back into the Kongor pit. Of course, there is a Sword of Sight now placed by Pablo, so unless they spot it with that 20-minute soul, which they do, well played right there. Storyfighter spots it, but they can't kill it in time. Mummy walls go up. Will that get the vision? I don't think so. They're just going to block it out. So, again, they're being seen right here. Samwraith comes over with the death script, but again, they fall back. They're playing this very scared right here. But you look at the map. Rally's over here. Aluna's nowhere nearby. I mean, the Hellborn team is clearly not looking to pick up a fight right here. They're looking to ninja it, if anything. But again, you can't blame them as suspected. We get the combination they don't. There goes that kill. Teleport in. It is picked up by Valkyrie, so the top tower falls in the process. Took a lot longer than I maybe expected, but Justice League does get the token of life when it's all said and done. So well played right there. Coming out by our Legion team. At the same time, though, tower push from Animosity. And while that was all happening, Samwraith, although, you know, he wasn't free farming by any means, he does use his ultimate right here, but again, just for scouting purposes, really. Wasn't free farming by any means. He does sit now at 2,600 gold, so once again, that Mock of Brilliance is coming here. Searing Light is finished on Valkyrie, so now again, that question of, does he go in the full Dawnbringer? Let's go for something else like Shieldbreaker instead. Top lane, Prisoner gets picked off. Rally and Parasite do the job right there. Oh, the Pharaoh hook just misses. He was hoping to maybe catch Parasite, but he hit the creep wave instead. And that's a big miss counter kill. By the way, Prisoner going the Warhammer. I don't know. I want to say I might have seen him purchase the Mighty Blade as well, but I just think that's going to turn into a Shrunken Head. More of just he feels like he wants the damage here rather than the little extra tankiness for the Shrunken Head build-up, which is fine. There's a level 2 that one-man riot, so again, he could be that hard-hitting threat later on as well. Sandwraith, Sword of the High, it's coming up here. It is coming up, and as always, once he gets that especially, becomes not only just more of a threat as far as fight-wise, but as far as farming tool. It's a very efficient farming tool, but you can tell DCX, you know, they're not sitting back idly by any means and just letting him just absolutely get free farm. They're continuing to move around right here as they make their way to the top lane now, so. Again, if you are just tuning in here, you didn't hear, obviously I'm doing a solo cast now. Swinamelon's going off. Apparently their match against Internet Gangsters got rescheduled to happen, I believe, in the next 5 minutes or so. So, depending on this series, obviously if Justice League does end up winning it, maybe we'll jump into that one right away. But if we are going to Game 3, then perhaps a different story. We'll see. We'll kind of just go with it, guys. Sword of the High picked up by Sandwraith right there. Again, no Mock of Brilliance just yet, though, but definitely a big hard-hitting tool in that Sword of the High. Extra 60 damage. Arrow's going to miss. Scouts it out, though. Looks like Justice League not going to push it. Remember, they do have the token on Valkyrie currently. He has it for another 4+ minutes here. And they're just going to take away the resources now on the side of Justice League. From Animosity, that is. Codex, level 3 picked up. He does go the Striders on top of that. It is Panty after all. Bubbles working on the tablet, it looks like, with that major totem pickup. Rally as well, or not Rally, but Aluna as well. Also has the tablet getting close, of course, against Pharaoh especially. Prisoner, definitely several reasons to want to pick that up, so. Sandwraith continuing to do Ancients. I mean, the Hellborn team doing a pretty good job of protecting the Sandwraith and making sure he's able to enhance that farm. Again, still not taking off by any means, but at this rate, he's probably going to pick it up. That's what they're looking for. Arcana was just purchased by Pharaoh, by the way.
The Hellborn takes down a Legion tower.
Staying away from something like maybe a barbed armor route. Instead going, I think, to be more of the Hellflower route here. Yeah, can definitely be a big pickup for when he jumps in. I mean, there's no Shrunken Heads or anything like that just yet, but obviously you expect Sandwraith to possibly get one. tablets finished on a Luna. Arrow attempt once again. Even if it doesn't connect, it is a scouting tool as well. So it's not like they're banking on that landing by any means. Middle lane, they try to jump Sandwraith. The Valkyrie Prism was used. The hook came out, but he just missed Sandwraith, it looked like. So gank attempt fails, and now the Legion team will have to fall back. And with that miss, that'll definitely mean Sandwraith should have his Mock of Brilliance now going into the next fight. So that's a pretty big miss right there. And actually, it could set up in a counter kill. Pharaoh's in trouble right now. Mummy Walls go up right there. You do see Hellfire is going to be, or Hellfire is going to be applied. He's trying to just tank them as long as possible. He's being a distracting artist right here. Straightfooter going into the trees, hugging them. It's not going to matter though. He finally does fall, but again, he accomplished quite a bit right there in terms of distracting the whole team pretty much for a while. But there's the Mock. Basically finished now. Parasite finds Valkyrie, gets the real one, but at what cost? The Codex not enough. Valkyrie's going to turn it with Glacius. And that would have meant taking out the Token of Life right there, but Valkyrie barely lives. And they turn it on to Parasite. That's got to hurt Panty. I'm sure frustrated after that one. You know, if you had the Ghost Marchers, probably would have been a kill. Just saying. No, obviously you can't. Can't do that. What happened down here? Looks like Bukot picked off. Raleigh able to take him out using the Seismic Slam. Prisoner was there, but obviously couldn't help him in time. Yeah, now with the Mock, watch that GPM chart start to rise, ideally, for Embry here. Playing the Sandwraith. Valkyrie just bought something. What did she buy? Full Dawnbringer? Yes, indeed. So we are going to see the full Dawnbringer here on Valkyrie. We'll probably follow that up with... I don't know where she's going to go. Definitely shrunken, as always, for herself. Important, but... does she feel like she needs it here in this case? I would think so. Still always a good pickup to have, but it's either that or something more like a Savage Mace instead. Could be very possible. That Soul's Bulwark just picked up by Zinz, tanking up a bit, and that's necessary. I mean, again, a lot of physical threat now starting to really come out here by the Legion side, especially with that Valkyrie farm. And a Prisoner being all the physical damage, and his Shrunken Head, is that coming? No, it's an Astrolabe pattern, so... I want to say he has a Mighty Blade now, and now he just needs the pattern. Yeah, he's only at 300 gold per minute, so it's not that surprising that that Prisoner doesn't have it yet by any means. But again, the pace of this game continues to be, although we haven't had many kills happening, and we've had a couple here in the last 10 minutes or so. But this is the pace of the game that the Hellborn team's looking for, no doubt. Animosity, you know, just get Sandwraith Blade back, more and more farm, and eventually take over. But that's not to the point of GCX not being aggressive enough. I mean, they most certainly have. I mean, they have all the outer tower kills. They've already poked in the face a little bit. They've constantly been in the Hellborn jungle farming their resources. So again, DCX has most certainly been accomplishing their bit, and that's showing as well. I mean, obviously they are taking away a lot of resources. We're taking out the jungle and whatnot, but at the same time, you see the Hellborn team. I mean, right now, Panty's in the opposition jungle. I'm gonna do this triple stack right here and do the similar. Sandwraith, is he actually gonna port? No, it doesn't look like it. Once again, it's like the third or fourth time he's used that just simply for scouting purpose. Valkyrie Prism was used. Was it a Valkyrie Prism? Yes. But obviously, no jump happened, so clearly thought that a jump was going to be happening right there. And that's another 100 seconds that they won't have that now to use. This does kind of go back to, though, I mean, with the Valkyrie pickup, they chose Valkyrie as that short laning carry hero for them. You know, over something like a Moon Queen especially is the one that really stood out. Something like, you know, a Silhouette even, in this case. If we're going to go with Valkyrie here in the first place. So speaking of Valkyrie, she's actually might be in a little bit of trouble right here. Did they follow the illusion? I think they got confused right there. I think they were actually trying to jump Valkyrie or the Wild Hunter even, but it's almost as if they thought that she was the illusion, but obviously the real one's able to get away right there, so. Good juking, I guess, from Imba Boy. Able to keep away from dying. Imba Boy here, though, to show that the Valkyrie pick will definitely pay off. Purchases a Warhammer right there, so. Unless we see a Thunderclaw. Gonna be either a Shrunken Head or even the Savage Mace, I guess, isn't out of the question. If you're gonna go Savage, though, you'd think the Slayer would be purchased first, so probably gonna be the Shrunken. Parasite, scouting out more. Maybe a free pick on a Glacius. Sam Wraith is going to port in. Yes, he is. A free pick on a Prisoner, actually, especially with the Sam Wraith port in. Bubbles coming in as well. A couple of big picks right here happening. Engineer's going to fall. Energy field put down, but does basically nothing, as I'm sure Animosity was thinking about turning around anyways. Yeah, they still even have this first tower up. A couple of big kills coming out there from Animosity, and now they're going to get a tower kill on top of that. So once again, you look back at Justice League and maybe taking a little bit too much time of
The Hellborn
not being
takes
aggressive
down a
enough
Legion
here.
tower.
Now ganks are happening. Valkyrie Prism going to come out, rally. He's not going to be on the run. Valkyrie leaps onto him. Seismic slam. Yep, going to be canceled by Pharaoh. Here comes Parasite for the assist. Valkyrie dropping quickly, but they get the kill. But at what cost? Valkyrie dropping. The dust comes out. Bubbles is chasing with auto attacks. Turret's going to be used. They're going for the... Oh, he misses there. A nice take cover from Pablo. And it will be a kill on a Valkyrie. Big plays from Pablo McDad right there. Dodging the arrow to set up the eventual kill on a Valkyrie. Gonna portal key away. And that's a huge 1-5 for Animosity when it's all said and done. Big, big plays coming out. They're doing their best to force that third and final game here. In the losers bracket round 2. As you see Animosity falling back as a team. Oh, that's Vote's boss coming out now. So, that definitely set the tone of this game right there. After that fight, I mean, all of a sudden, you got Animosity feeling pretty good about themselves. 4,000 gold saved up on Sandwraith. And that means Shrunken Head when he gets back to base. I'm sure he's going to right-click that Shrunken Head and be good with that. So, while we are on this pause, again, a quick update here. We do have a couple of results to report. Team USA does defeat Happy Five Friends 2-0. So the Happy Five Friends, the team that took a game off of Stay Green in that first round matchup. They eventually fall to Team USA, so they are done now in cycle number 4. They are going to remain in Diamond, though, as a result of making it to this round today, but they lose to Team USA. TMSR is up 1-0 against Team Kage. It looks like they're in game 2. In fact, let's see if we can get an update on that one. A monitor game, it looks like TMSR. Ooh, they got the prisoner pick. They already have 4-0. It's only 6 minutes in, but that's a strong start, it looks like, already for Team SR in that game. So, trying to sweep that series. And the nice prize pool is taking on Insomniacs. Let's see how that one's going. Nice prize pool's up 1-0. And again, game number 2, about 9.5 minutes in. 3-1 hero kill lead for nice prize pool there. So, things maybe going, as you can say, as expected to an extent. Obviously, this series is really the only series that, although you probably favor Justice League in the end, definitely a tough challenge in Animosity, just simply for the players that they have and the experience over here. And then the winner bracket semifinals, has that one even started yet? He was mentioning that. No, that's not... It looks like it has. They're in game number 1, it looks like, at the Hero Select. So Stay Green versus Internet Gangsters. Game 1 of that series taking place now. In that best set of 3, so. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out. So, again, if anything, if this does go to game 3, we'll probably just finish off this series. And then we'll jump into the other winner bracket semifinals, which, of course, is Lion Esports Club taking on Team Excellent. Very good best of the 3 there. Apparently we had about a 3-minute pause, I think, so hopefully not too much longer here, but going to be moving on with this one. So as far as Coldcast goes, I don't know if Coldcast actually, I don't believe Coldcast is casting today. Oh, Beef had other plans, so I think HoNcast here. The only HoN Tour coverage, so I'm going to do my part, guys, to keep you guys updated on everything. Jump around when possible. HoNTour.com, guys. You can check out the brackets. I know constantly asking for that in chat. If you go to HoNTour.com, the events tab, you click on Diamond Division Cycle number 4. And then you can check out the brackets there, so a little bit of going through the website, but you should be eventually able to find it. I don't know what that means.
All right, let's
ready?
get it on.
Arnie Clark Gruber. I assume that means are you ready? Okay, here we are. Let's resume, shall we? So again, Sandwraith, I didn't notice yet, I believe you. Okay, he purchased the Shrunken Head, as expected, cleaning up the rest of the bottom lane. So after that fight, once again, big spot to be in now for Animosity. The Hellflower has been finished on Pharaoh. So that's some extra nice lockdown there. Maybe if he catches somebody like that Bubbles now especially, or even the Rally for that matter, can definitely throw out the Hellflower so they can't just compel their Shell Surf away. So I can see where that comes into play, and obviously the Shrunken Head on Sandwraith also good for that. Prisoner's impact I don't think has been as big as Justice League as I'm sure they wanted him to be. That's what you usually expect for that matter. He's still been working on that Shrunken, and did he finally purchase it here? Yes, it looks like it. Okay, so he does have a Shrunken Head now. He's got the Portuguese Shrunken. He's a strong initiator here. And Valkyrie's going to make his way pushing towards the middle lane. Seems like DCX going to clear out the creep waves here. Again, Kongor. This is the second Kongor here. It is up. Going to make their way to the bottom lane instead. TP out, I believe that was Sandwraith. Yep, makes it back to base. Gonna steal their Ancients instead for now, but again, clearing out around the Kongor pit. Obviously, Animosity's very aware as well. They don't have much vision around just yet. In fact, a Rev Ward just despawning right there. There's a Ward of Sight here in the middle lane that was just placed by Book recently. Not gonna go for Kongor though just yet. See Parasite scouting around with that Wild Hunter. Instead gonna clear out the rest of the lanes here. Oh, middle lane, there we go, they find their jump, Hellflower comes up, Rally's in trouble, Sandwraith is going to pour it in though, where is Sandwraith? The real one is right here, he's going after Glacius in the background, in the meantime, Pharaoh being locked down, now where's Valkyrie throughout all this? Valkyrie in the background, Valkyrie Prisoner is up, now putting those auto attacks onto Sandwraith, but not nearly enough, Prisoner in the meantime, the Valkyrie Prisoner is still up, causing issues, Prisoner gets bursted though, holy crap, that he just ended up dropping right there, Glacius falls. And that was just kind of awkward. I mean, DCX was kind of hanging around right there, clearly. With the Prisoner, it seemed like they could have ran away. I don't think we had any vision here, detection from the Hellborn team at that time. So, but, you know, Prisoner especially wanted to stay and fight, and that clearly proved to be the wrong decision. Now, on top of that, this should be a free Kongor kill now in favor of the Hellborn team. So, see right here? Well, maybe not, actually. They are going to fall back, not going to commit to it. So they need to regen, and Sandwraith half-life, so don't want to risk too much right here. He's going to go buy a health potion, and they're going to go back into the Kongor pit, but I think, you know, waiting this long might not be enough now. We'll see. Legion team, the Arsenal to resurrect, Prisoner up in 6 seconds. Will they get the information is the question. They don't have any vision on the Kongor pit itself, so they have no clue how low life it is. I mean, and it doesn't look like they're actually running over. So it's almost as if they just expected them to be doing this whole time. But again, because they did it late, I really think the Legion team could have made something happen here. But they're not even remotely going over. So I think that's a big misplay by DCX right there. And they're probably realizing that. So they're like, wait, why is Kongor still not dead? There's a Tormented Soul finally coming out. Speaking of that, I mean, what took so long with that? There's a rat to the front, he gets it! Does he, Ninja? No, did he? No, he did not. It looks like Sandwraith does pick it up in the end. Good attempt right there. The follow-up continues, though. They're going to try to pick up a Luna. They were going to come right there. Prisoner comes out. The slow with the turret on a Bubbles. He barely tablets away. Will Pablo be fine? Yes, he will with the portal key. And Sandwraith barely lives himself, so that was really close by Justice League to making the big plays that they needed. But in the end, the important heroes get out. They get the token alive. And now we have Animosity once again continuing to be in a very comfortable spot here. So, oof, that was really close. I thought for sure DCX waited a little bit too long, but because how long it took for Animosity, I mean, It almost was enough. Almost was enough. You saw the Wrath of the Pharaoh in right there, but clearly just out of time. It almost looked like Raleigh compelled or a tablet or something on a Sandwraith as he picked it up, or something funky happened there, but again, he does have the token, and actually now has a quick play picked up himself, so. Actually, I wonder if that's going to be the fire advantage to the Geometus being more typical, or maybe a no fire blade, but he's in trouble right here. He doesn't have Mirage. The Shrunken Head, but he pulls him right through, of course, being prisoner. Shackle is applied, and he is still on the run. And will it be enough? Mirage is going to be used, trying to juke and drive, maybe go for turnaround. Here comes the team support. He is still alive. Valkyrie being turned around right here. Down goes Engineer, Gladiator, or Glacius already. Energy Field was not even used right there, so that's a big mistake. And now Pharaoh will barely survive. The Valkyrie Prism is going to end up saving them. So yeah, the lack of dust here on the Hellborn team has kind of hurt them a couple times now, but jeez. I mean, Sandwraith once again living life on the edge, but just not enough damage to take him out. So he cleans up somewhere in the jungle, and he's going to fall all the way back to base right here. Sandwraith with between that dispersion, the Shrunken Head he had up at the time. Yeah, he does go no fire. That's what I was going to say. I wonder if it is going to be the no fire. And you can see several reasons for no fire. Mainly just a great chase down tool in general, but on top of that, a good against a hero like Prisoner. And just has some good utility, so. Sheepstick finish on Bubbles, so big item pickups coming up here by our Hellborn team. Ancients being done. Going to be stolen here by DCX. They scare off. I believe that was Raleigh right there, who is attempting to do them once again. So Valkyrie, she has another Warhammer. Got to think it's the Savage Mace now, but you know, until she gets that, her damage output still isn't, you know, the most pristine. They're just waiting. They're waiting for somebody to come to this middle lane to farm it. Bubbles is kind of coming up here. But no, it's not going to happen soon enough. These Ward of Sights spotting Justice League, trying to be a little sneaky right there. And Animosity, as a result, will get them to fall back, so. Got a bound die here on Pablo. That's a big item pickup against the Valkyrie Prism. But again, the lack of dust I think is kind of hard. But you see right now, both Raleigh and Aluna have dust on them, so they're really making sure that does not become an issue once again. No fire level 2 finished on Sandwraith, so even upgrades it. That much more efficient. Glacius, how about this Glacius? Saint Rocks. He's got an Astrolabe, a Tablet of Command, Steam Boots. Secondary support Glacius. He's got some nice items himself here for his team. Blessed Orb now picked up on Pharaoh. I kind of wonder about the decision not to go Barbed Armor here. Especially against a girl like Sandwraith. Good AoE damage. Coming out from here's like Bubbles too, so. But Blessed Orb, and if you can eventually finish the Sheepstick, obviously that's a very powerful tool that they could use. I really think they need a Savage Mace, though, to finish before they get involved in the next fight. I mean, they seem to really just be lacking on the overall damage output. They're getting outbursted here. And the fact that they have not been able to kill Sandwraith these last couple times. Oh, the nice sleep away the last second. They try to jump in right there. The pull-in for Prisoner completely misses. And here's the corner from Sandwraith. Shrunken Heads are up. Valkyrie just running for the most part. She turns around. Nice energy foot right there. Locking down Sandwraith. Actually, they get the one cone of Bubbles. Sandwraith gets some trouble. He needs to worry about running away at this point. He puts the no fire blade out. He is going to be finished. Token alive to come right back up. Oh, but the first on a Valkyrie that catch him out of position. He goes down. He has a buyback. Will he use it? Glacius is able to pour it out. And he is going to be fine. So Sandwraith comes back up after the token. Bubbles is still dead. They're going to continue pushing, though. Maybe, if anything, try to force a buyback from Valkyrie. This is just a secondary tower, though. So, yeah, probably not worth it in the end from Valkyrie unless they can guarantee a kill. But Energy Field making some big plays right there in that jungle. Maybe you see right here the catch on a rally. Shackles apply, can't pull away. The follow-up, it will be enough. Valkyrie does buy back. She ports in, so how many more kills can they get? Sandwraith, that's going to be a big kill. Sandwraith goes down. Buyback 100% worth it. The arrow, no, it just misses. The TP just in time. Coming out from Aluna. But now here we go with Justice League. They are pushing back. They do have a buyback on a rally, but Sandwraith does not. Bubbles is going to be up in 5 seconds right here. We'll see what Justice League is able to do. With Sandwraith dead, this is definitely a huge chance for Justice League to make a comeback move in this game right now. All the back we're going to use, clear up the creep wave very, very quickly. Here we go, arrow attempt. Just to scout things out really. Obviously going to be dodged right there, but here we go. Into the tower. Sandwraith dead for another 45 seconds. He is absolutely not buyback. Since already has. That's a second and final buyback. Ooh, Justice League is not going to push it. Even with Sandwraith dead, they don't feel comfortable. They don't have Prism. They have an energy field. They have a Wrath of the Pharaoh. They have Prison Break. I don't know about this. I feel like they could really be pushing this tower right now. Oh, there we go. That's what they're waiting for. They're going to look to jump. Oh, the Hellfire! They do catch, but the Talbot command used. He is going to be fine. Arrow comes out again, going to miss. So they were trying to be sneaky with that. But again, I think they could have just got brute force right there. I don't think that was necessary to even try for that. The Sandwraith has so much damage here on the Hellborn side. Sure, they have the upfront burst, but at the same time, I can understand. Don't want to take the risk. But God, I feel like that was a huge opening right there that Justice League just missed on, of making something happen. So the kill does still stand. They're happy with that, but Valkyrie, oh no, Valkyrie. Valkyrie's in a lot of trouble. Valkyrie's going to end up falling right here. Imba Boy gets caught out of position, and now the story reverses. He does not have a buyback, and here we go with Animosity. They are not going to make the decision of falling back, being sneaky. They're going to go brute force. They're going to go right into the base, as they should. So within basically a second right there, I mean, all of a sudden, DCX feeling pretty comfortable after a nice one fight. Not anymore. This is at least going to be tower, if not Rax. This is definitely going to be Rax. I mean, I did not see them holding off without Valkyrie. It's even more impactful on the Legion Cycle to the Sandwraith, I think. Valkyrie is so much of this damage. I mean, even without Sandwraith, they still have some decent burst, but so much damage is that Valkyrie on the Legion team, and yeah, she is not getting enough gold for that buyback. So the tower is definitely going to fall. She's down for another 27 seconds right here.
The Hellborn takes
There's
down
the jump. They're going to go for it. Is this going to be worth it? Rowley is going to end up dying right there. They catch Sandwraith. Who says they don't have damage? Damn it. Down goes Sandwraith. The Poland out of bubble. So 2 players are dead, and the hold is successful from Justice League. So even without Valkyrie, they get the job done. Well executed right there. And Prisoner, maybe I underestimated that a little bit. The Prison Break on top of just his raw auto attacks actually did quite a bit right there. And even Pharaoh did quite a bit. I mean, he jumped in the Hellflower. Very useful. So I was caught off guard. I'm pretty sure Animosity was completely caught off guard too. They probably were with the same mindset, like, oh, Valkyrie's dead, and we have by all means the right to push here, and we can make this happen. But the man up by Justice League, the beautiful initiation, Prisoner doing work, and this game is now really extra interesting here. In what is game number 2? Again, Justice League up 1-0. Both teams have definitely had their points here in this game as far as pulling on through, but arrow attempt, here we go again. Is this going to be another case? Okay, so they're going to push in no buybacks on either Rally and Sandwraith. Here they go, brute force, and vulnerability comes out. They need to be paid. They need to be careful here, though, because you do not overstay your welcome. There's that jump. They're going to go aggressive. They want to get the kill into Luna. Is that worth it? And they left Bubbles, excuse me. That's definitely worth it. Good kill into Bubbles right there. He does have a buyback, I want to say. No, he does not. He's just out of money. He does not have a buyback. They can't get the tower, though. Sandwraith is now up. Here we go with the response. Valkyrie gets absolutely bursted. Holy crap. Burst damage this, they say. Engineer gets the energy field off. He is going to be fine. Not going to be the same for Glacius, though. And Pharaoh now. These two teams, man, they're just... Fabulous. What is going on? That is now 3-4 fights in a row even. That just one team looks to push. They get held off. The other team goes to counter push. They get held off. Go back and forth. Back and forth. And guess what? Guess what's up next? It's Animosity's turn. They're going back in now. Now there is a buyback on Valkyrie as well as Pharaoh. Prisoner and Glacius are going to have to wait it out, it looks like. But if anything, they want those buybacks to be used. So here we go into the base. Mine is put down. May the racks dropping. Sandwraith finally gets here.
The Hellborn takes down a Legion tower.
Middle tower does fall in the process. There's a jump and a parasite. Hellfire comes out, but a big compel away. He's going to be fine. Oh, the nukes. Not going to be enough. They get them to fall back, though. They got the buyback used. on both. That's what they wanted. They fall back, but oh my god, if they actually lose a hero here, that would be big. And it's only 3 now. Pharaoh doesn't have Wrath of the Pharaoh for 20 more seconds. Samuel's going to go for the TP. They don't have a stun. So, Animosity, that's the first time in these fights where one team has actually fully retreated without falling vulnerable to getting picked off. So, looking at the big picture, with things now finally starting to calm down here as far as the back and forth, you gotta really like Animosity's spot. Not only do they have the bottom lane exposed with the tower, but they have a Sand Wraith. He just finished a Firebrand now on top of his items. So he is now looking for that Geometer's Bane. They have a lot of gold being pulled up here. Buyback situation, it definitely favors the Hellborn team as well. I mean, sure, Zinz is out of buyback and rally, but more importantly, Valkyrie's out of buyback over here on the Legion side. She still doesn't have that Savage Mace as a result of that. I mean, Kongor, the third Kongor is up. Obviously, this is what both teams really, really, really want to be doing right here now. Sand Wraith ports. No, is he going to port? Prisoner, ultimate. Here we go. Prisoner going to use that floor right there. Prisoner break comes out, but the chase on Engineer. He goes down before Energy Field. Valkyrie being locked down, is holding his ground. They will take a Parasite. Valkyrie leaps away into the Kongor pit. She is completely on the run. Will they chase? They will. Prisoner just pounding into Sand Wraith in the meantime, but Prisoner is not going to win that battle, and they do catch Valkyrie. And now Kongor's exposed, and honestly, if I'm the Legion team right there, yeah, that would just call it GG. We're going to a game 3. Animosity forces a game number 3 here in this best set of 3.
And with that, the Hellborn win!
Great fight back by them. And with 51 minutes in, it finally is a victory for Animosity right there. But holy crap. That game got really interesting as far as back and forth. Again, though, you do look back at the draft, you know, Swindle, when he was on initially, we were talking about it, although it started off so strong for DCX, the Prisoner into Engineer, that's a godlike draft right there, right off the bat. But the first pick of Luna, you know, kind of scratching your head a little bit over there of what our Hellborn team is thinking. DCX, the final pick Valkyrie. I think that's where it definitely went a little Ray. I mean, obviously they wanted to run the man-up tri lane, so Valkyrie, you know, that's where it kind of made sense where, you know, you should have her in the short lane. She is good for that purpose. So compared to something like a Moon Queen, might be a little bit more worrisome, being her by herself at the bottom lane. So if the idea they wanted to man up at the tri lane, that's where it kind of does make sense. But, you know, Valkyrie clearly not the biggest damage output dealer until she gets mass farmed by a late game stage. I mean, then yeah, sure, but the fact that she wasn't even able to finish that Savage Mace obviously really